back at the end of part 2, I defeat a boss on a defend map on like turn 1 or 2 because it was funny. That's a second Wishblade. Whatever opening bit I was about to do has been completely torn asunder by the acquisition of a second Wishblade. So, okay.
There is no meme. This is just a threat.
Hey, welcome back to Praying to God. Basically, this map is going to be very, very, very interesting. Because Micaiah is not allowed to leave this opening, like that starting area. The green line dictates as far as Micaiah is legally allowed to go. And by extension, Jill. So what do I do, right? What do I do? Because I will not, under any circumstances, be able to stop these units from getting up here. Because once that green line gets breached by any enemy, I lose. Plain and simple. So the only way I have to combat this is by killing Ike, who is Sonic-y. So I'm going to have to, I repeat, have to kill her on like turn 2 with Numita. I do not have another option. Thankfully, due to the existence of Pass, that might just be possible. And Stun. Because, like, look, already I'm losing yellow people. The red people are... Okay, well, maybe that was a bad example. But all it takes is for one Wyvern Rider to slip on by, and I instantly lose. They got fucking lions, meanwhile I have a basic thief. So, because of this, yeah. The odds of stun activating are my skill stat cut in half. So Numita's skill is 28, it's a 14% chance. It's affected by biorhythm. Oh my god, Numita can't reach from right there. Numita had to go all the way down. Oh, that's not good. Right, your movement's lowered even though this is very clearly an outdoors map. No, it's fine. I just have to survive for another turn. Oh, and then my biorhythm's going to go down to bad, which is going to decrease my ability to fucking do what I want to do. Look at that, they're already like one turn away from just winning. And they've got a bunch of brave axes and short axes. Alright, whatever. No need to bitch. Just brace for the worst, hope for the best. Did we just see the universe's first relevant corrosion proc? I think we did. The first time in the history of Fire Emblem that corrosion meant something to society. Alright, fair enough. Other than that, let's just have Gatry down there equipped with that. Oh, we gotta get Laura out of there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God, please. Bro, look at my yellow units. I'm not surviving this map. And they all have brave weapons? Like, what the fuck? Wow. This cat is not the cat of last map. Oh, by God, isn't he? Alright. Thank God we have... Like, we just so happen to have... a dragon... with... the stats necessary... and weapon necessary... to do this. I'm gonna have to rig so much RNG. You know, I'm kind of, like, neglecting the elephant in the room of what happens if Numita can't one-shot with stun. Well, if Numita can't one-shot with stun, that bird just flies to the right and wins the map. So... really hoping on this one. Numita, I'm praying. Oh, that's a critical. Ah, here it comes. Oh, hold on, wait. I am awaiting the moment of truth. Why do they hate yellow people so much? Let's see, does Numita kill you? Oh, that's nice at least. Okay. Oop, axe weapon level up. That means nothing, but... alright. Here it is. I purposefully left Sonic Key with an Iron Great Lance. Oh, fucking kill me. Yes! I will kill with stun. However... oh, it's because of biorhythm! Cancel terrain support and skill bonuses. Does parity... Does parity also cancel the chance of, stun? I have to look that up, because I don't think I've ever used parity in my entire life. Parity, Radiant Dawn. Let's see. This skill negate, in Radiant Dawn, can use as a substitute for Nile. That's very cool. Oh, as well as battle skills. So I assume that parity would also stop me from using stun. Alright, well, regardless. Alright. Battle save. I think I just have to raw dog it. Why would you seek me out? Alright. If stun doesn't activate, I leave. Alright, well, cool. Out of curiosity. Parity. Yeah, why would you shut? Let me see. Alright, well, that didn't work either. Alright, since this is going to take a while, map only, let's burn a thing of RNG by doing this. Oop, Tormod level up. Cool. That was very interesting. Now, Numita. Why would you? Oh, well, that didn't work. I'm gonna save that right there. Gatry. You kill this guy. This will buy us another turn. Or another RNG. Alright, well, at least you hit her this time. Wait, hang on. I just want to check something out of curiosity. Because... is Soniki the first unit to attack? Because if she is, then that means Numita might be able to kill her on counterattack. And that opens up a chance for me to not have to rely on stun, because Soniki might kill herself. I have to wait for the enemy phase to roll over before I can test this, though. Oh, fucking imbue. Nope, Soniki's not the first one to move. In fact, at this point, I don't think Soniki moves at all. So we're back to resetting the universe. Lucia, chuck a short spear at this thing. Alright. That legally constitutes using RNG. Now Numita. Now with parry. Stun. 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 Fuck. The problem's Numita's fuck-ass biorhythm. Because a biorhythm at its worst lowers your activation of skills for no fucking reason. Yeah, worst biorhythm, minus 10% skill activation. For no reason, because biorhythm's a fun mechanic. And then we go over to stun, and in Radiant Dawn, skill half is the percentage chance. So I'm looking at a 4% chance, aren't I? Because of Biorhythm. This is absolutely infuriating. Wouldn't be as bad if Jill was allowed to leave the green line, but you know, she's not. This counts as using an RNG, doesn't it? Alright. And then let's also just have you kill you. And then we pray to God. Why would you seek me out? I think I have to redo my entire strategy for this chapter. It's a fuck-ass biorhythm. Alright, hold on. Let's just, hold on a moment. I'm gonna hit this button. I'm just gonna take that from the top. We are just going to take this whole map from the top. Yeah. Let me think. We'll get Skrymir. Then there's you. I guess Kieran is marginally more useful down here. Alright. I'm just gonna have to try to play this map legit. I don't know if that's possible. But either fight it legit. Okay, getting the Wishblade is kind of hype, I can't lie. And since I'm redoing the first turn, let me just turn that off to make things easier. Leave the short axe equipped so Numita can take on all comers. It's funny because I said the word come. Anyways. Move you down there. Skrymir over here. And he shall use the stone. Kieran goes over there. You get the hell out of Dodge. And then the Black Knight, I guess, goes right here. Oh, and where's my boy? There's my boy. Get him down to help. Alright. I don't know how this is going to go. I really don't have that much faith. But maybe Numita will carry this map. Just in the he kills everything faction. And not in the... Did you really have to do that as I was singing your praises? Did you really have to fumble that, Numita? While I was talking about how much I think you're going to be helpful. Because that's just mean. Just absolutely cruel for no reason. Yes, 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 you're doing damage. See, it's the Hawks on the west that are the biggest concern. Oh, and not to mention the reinforcements that are going to show up to the west and east. With no 313 Archer, they're just going to kill me. So, like, I kind of don't have a choice. Out of curiosity, what were the odds that I missed all that? Okay, they were decent odds. Oh, they're stunned. Oh, that's just like, that's gotta constitute cruel and unusual punishment. Alright, maybe you go over there and do something. How well do you handle this? Not as bad as one would think, but worse than one would like. Alright. Skrymir, I just gotta hope and pray for you. How close are you to your strike rank? Not even close. I need to stop looking. It's not gonna happen the way that I want. Hand axe. Can I at least de-shift one of them? Of course not. Why would I possibly be able to do that? Tormod. You run down here. Physic. Probably Numita. Alright, and then... let's see what happens. Nothing right there. Oh, something right there. Alright, hold on. We are witnessing something happening, maybe. Alright, well, that wasn't... Alright. Well... God! Okay. Jesus Christ. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I really don't know. Alright, well, that Dark Mage ignoring Numita to kill that cat is cool, I guess. But... like, my thought process is maybe... if I can get Gatry down there with Whitepool, that might give Numita the ability to double. And if Numita can double, then maybe world peace gets achieved? That's like my only idea right now, though. And keep in mind, that idea doesn't matter if those flying units just fly over me and win the map. Specifically that one. Wait a minute, hold on. Nope, I can't even shove that guy over so that he's in range. What is your movement de-shifted? No, alright, well, hold on. Before anything else... Let's see, are you able to reach? No. Are you? No, okay. So those guys aren't capable of reaching. Are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Gatry is capable of making it down there. Problem is, I have to, and I mean have to, kill that unit so that Gatry can stand in their spot. There isn't any getting around that, unfortunately. So, why can he not... Oh god, what is your physic range? Oh god, he has to be right there, really? And, you know, I'm willing to assume that if he ever... Yeah! I mean, the Black Knight could also work for support. Could. The problem is, I'm pretty sure the Black Knight also dies instantly. And of course, none of this shit matters if that guy just flies over to the right. I'm gonna have to hope that somehow... Alright. You make it down to right there. Let me try. We'll try this. Okay. That's something. And then... There's like no way this possibly works. But maybe... I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do here. Alright, you know what? Now hold on. You did not get a YouTube channel with over 10,000 subscribers just to bitch about how things are impossible. You're goated. There we go. As we all knew, the Killer Axe guy was gonna get corroded. That was simply what was always going to be true. And now Laura gets back. Kieran has stillness, but just in case, he moves over here. And then you one-shot the only enemy over here that could be a threat to you. Yeah. And then all of this potentially crumbles when, unless... No, the problem's going to be he's just going to fly up here. I think. Can I direct them to jump that guy on the left? I don't think I can. It's gonna be really unfortunate when that guy just goes up. Okay. Please, please, please. Fuck! Wait, don't move. And Lucia gets healed. Wait. Yes! Yes! Alright, through the power of copium and raw delusion, we might make it out of here alive. Never mind, the Black Knight gets doubled. Fuck! What? What do I do? I can't play truly defensive. They're just gonna fly over me. But I don't have the units to play offensively. And Skrymir is actually going to D-shift in the middle of all of this, because of how a Tiger's transformation gauge works. That corrosion proc filled me with hope. For the briefest of moments. Okay, well, whatever. Is it ever going to be possible to kill Sonic? Do I really have to go into it with that 49% hit rate into like a 4% activation rate? And that just has to be what I do. That can't be the solution. But how am I going to deal with those reinforcements if it's not? I think I just have to keep rolling the dice on this. I think that's all I can do. I'm gonna be in the lab for a while. It might be days. It might be weeks.
2 hours later.
Alright, I did it. It is 1 in the morning. And... Alright, I'm not gonna just, let this be the end. I'll show you what I did. But I had to find a line. Yes, animated cutscene. This is all cool. Right, let me save the game. Oh, good. Now let me hit a quick reset. If you're wondering why the game audio is muted, I have it running at double speed so that I could do some bullshit. Let me walk you through this. So. Okay. We leave. These are the steps. Alright. I need the Black Knight right there. I need Tormod over here. And I need Kieran right here. Kieran has rescue. Okay? So, with all that, that's all the preparation I need. I can actually begin the chapter in earnest. So, options, maneuvering menus at 2x speed is difficult. First things first, Skrymir uses the Lagu Stone. That is very important for later. Step 2, we get a shove chain going. We need to use these 3 units specifically, who are the only ones that can shove Kieran, to shove Kieran down here so that Numita comes down south. Cool. Numita is now right here. Numita comes over here. He short axes this guy. And then we just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Like that. And then we move Tormod about right there. Then we end the turn. Alright? Numita is now in a better position because he can actually attack Soniki on turn 2. Of course, we need to get there first. And that can be easier said than done. That can be much easier said than done. Blah 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 blah. I'm Phenocious. I'm the Lagoos. I'm killing all the Daeans. Yeah. Fuck off. We're getting there. Hold on. All this slaughter. This is normal. We've been here before. So the RNG was a lot meaner to me on this run. Holy shit. Alright, so I actually can't even show you what I did because the RNG on this was so fucking horrible. But I can show you the outlines of what I did. See, what I then did was I rescued Gatry. In a better world where I could position things and I didn't have this swath of goobers, Gatry would move down here and he would kill this guy, which would leave Gatry right here. I want Gatry right there so that he can supply White Pool to Numita. This is why Tormod was here. I then take the rescue, use the last of the rescue, and pretend that I remembered to put Skrimir right here instead of right there, and then transform Skrimir would be down here. The reason that's relevant is Skrimir is the only unit in my army heavy enough to shove Gatry. So Gatry would be right here, he would get shoved down one tile, and then Numita would now quadruple with the Brave Axe, giving me more chances to proc stun, which is what you saw at the beginning of this. Thankfully, it took me a bit to figure that out. It took me a bit to get the RNG that I needed. But now, we can continue with the Let's Play. It is 1:04 in the morning. I am very tired, but it's all okay because the shop has a third fucking Wishblade.